Oh, how good does that look? If I can be bothered to get up off my little natural couch, I will go for a dive and try and get some lobsters. Nah, we're going for a dive. It is such a nice winter's day right now. Sun's out, I'm actually really hot, and the water looks clear. It's the first day after the swell's finished, so I'm really keen to get in the drink. Haven't dived for the last week. So yeah, we'll hop in and try and get some lobsters. The reason I'm going for lobsters is because when it's murky, you can still kind of get lobsters because you only really have to dive 2 to 3 meters, where I go anyway. Instead of spearfishing where you're diving 10 meters, you really need to see if it's clear or not. Really, you need it to be clear to get fish. Your beauty is a bit broken right now. It's got an oil leak in the motor, which sucks. It's a bit of an expensive fix, and I've learned that boats are a bit of a money pit. The day I bought it is kind of all my money's going into your beauty, but that's all right. So we'll get in the water and we'll go from there. You. That was way too easy, come on. Two nice lobsters. This guy's an absolute monster. and this guy's a bit smaller, still legal. New South Wales, this is how we measure it. So we have a lobster and abalone measure. So you get the lobster side, which is the smaller side, put it in between the horns there, and if it goes onto the tail part there, it's undersized, but obviously that's still on the head, so he's sized. The bigger guy, he's obviously easy sized. There we go. He's an absolute monster, and they're both males because you can see they've only got a single one here. I can't really show you what the females look like, but they have more kind of little things here to hold the eggs when they have eggs. Both males. Yeah, good dive, only about 15 minutes. I'll put these guys straight in the freezer to put them to sleep for about a couple hours, just because it's the most humane way, and then we'll probably cook them up. This guy's definitely, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but a lot of meat in there. I'm pretty stoked. Ew. How good is that? Just as good as yesterday. So I'm going to cook the big lobster up today. I'm going to go just down to a little beach and cook it up straight on the fire. No fry pan whatsoever, just make a little fire straight on the coals. Now I'm going to go see my mate Ditchos, who prints these off for me, and get a fair few of them to send them out to people who've purchased. Thanks everyone who's purchased this one, by the way. It took a fair while because of the coronavirus stuff. It took ages to import them, but today's the day to print a fair few out and get a few more for stock. And yeah, so if you do want one, head over to the website, order one right now, www.offshoreadventures.com.au. Yeah, I'll see you when I get there. We are down at a little secret beach. Pretty secret, there's no one on here, which is pretty good. And I'm just gonna cook up the lobster today. So it's actually the day after I filmed that. I went up, got the stuff from Ditchos, who printed all these new shirts out, and I'll just roll it back. I failed at cooking the lobster. I didn't waste it, but just, you understand. She's dying. Might take me a while. It's gonna be hard. It's harder than what I thought. As you saw, it was all dead. There was nothing to actually burn. I didn't have any fire starters or anything to actually start the fire, so I couldn't start it. So I brought the lobster back here, and there's easily enough dead stuff to light a fire now, and I'll just have it on the beach. Lobster straight on the coals and just eat it, nothing else, just some lunch. I haven't eaten lunch, so I'm pretty hungry. Yeah, I'm keen to get started. So we'll get some small stuff and some sticks and we'll start the fire. It should be pretty quick, it's all pretty dry through here. Yeah! So, got some medium-sized sticks, some kindling, some bigger sticks and some small sticks. Made a little pit just there, and I'll just start in a little pit, let it heat up. That's probably enough logs, but if I do need some more, there's so many logs. Driftwood that's washed up on the beach here. I'll be easily able to grab a bit. So we'll start the fire up. So I'm hoping I don't do another round 2 of yesterday. Hopefully we can get this first go. Don't want to smother it, just slowly put on some small sticks. Anyone else have this problem? Whichever side of the fire they sit on, the smoke always comes to them. It's coming to me now, I'll go sit on that side, come straight back at me. It's weird. This will be a good fire. Finally got the fire going. It's looking good, so I've just got to wait probably 10 minutes for those coals and sticks to break down and just be hot coals, no flame, and I'll chuck the whole lobster straight on. Might add a few more sticks just to make sure there's enough heat in the fire. It looks like it'll be alright, but yeah, I'm getting hungry. The sun's kind of gone down past the hill, so I'm in the shade right now. If I went over there, I'd probably get a bit of sunlight, but I don't really need to be in the sun. Be in the shade, cook up some lunch. This fire's keeping me nice and warm, but my big lobster. Got him here. And I'm just chucking him straight on the coals. You can see there's no flame in the middle bit now, so I'll just chuck it straight there. I don't know how. Should I do it belly first or what? I'll do it back first. Alright, this is the first time ever cooking lobster like this on the fire, so I don't know what to expect. Obviously it doesn't matter if the coals and sand gets on the shell because you don't eat the shell. But yeah, I don't really know how long to give it. I guess we'll just have to experiment. Hopefully it goes alright. I'm excited, but big lobster for lunch, straight on the coals. I can't complain. This is so good. Alright, well, give it about 5 minutes and we'll flip it and see how it goes. Been on for less than a minute and you can already see the juices of the lobsters flowing out the legs. It's probably going to be cooked really uneven, I reckon, but hopefully we can get it good. Seriously, just don't know how long to give. I'm just got to be able to tell by the colour of the lobster and the firmness of the meat. Yeah, I'm excited. I've got a few tools. I've got a knife. I think I brought tongs, I don't know, but you don't need much cooking it like this. Hopefully, if I leave this antenna out of the fire, it won't get hot, and then I can just move it with the antenna. Tell me that doesn't look good. I think it's almost ready. I think it's almost ready. I poked my knife in the meat and the meat's pretty hard, so that really means it's ready. All the shell's gone orange or it's gone black because it's burnt too much, but yeah, the meat's firm and it's gone white, which is indication that the lobster's ready. I'm hoping that it's going to be ready. You can see those legs aren't going to be edible, they're too cooked. Oh, I just got to hope that it's ready. Some of the guts and stuff is poured out. That's a good indication that it's ready. Obviously it's going to be so hot, but I need to cut it open. Feels good. Meat's firm. Oh, no way. Oh my God. How did I cook it to perfection? Oh. Thank you, lobster gods. I'm no joke, it's pretty hot to pick up, but if no joke, cooked it really well. There's the tail meat, perfectly white. Legit. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool down. In about 5 minutes, that is gonna be one damn good lunch. Woo! You can see the guts has run into the meat, but that'll be fine to eat anyway. But the meat is perfectly white, that's what we wanted. Especially through the tail meat. Now the legs, some of them will be edible, but some of them like this one, the meat would have just sizzled up in there. That's all good because the tail meat is definitely the most of the meat and it's the most important part to get right, so I'm stoked with that. The lobster's cooled down, I've got a plate. I don't have to eat off the sand, like I always forget something, but I think today I went alright. So, I want to eat the tail first. Oh, no way. There's the poo vein, easy as. Bit of shit down there. There's a bit of charcoal on the meat, that's alright, but. Nothing, just plain lobster cooked on the coals. No lemon, no butter, no garlic. Wow. That is seriously just so good. Sometimes keeping it simple is just so much better. Oh. I'm pretty lucky. Testy pop. Pretty lucky that I get to eat lobster like this for free. That's why the ocean's so amazing. I can go out, just grab a lobster, have it for lunch, cook it on the fire, have no worries in the world. And it's just amazing. It was yummy, but it was definitely messy. So I'm just gonna quickly run down to the water, wash my face, wash my hands, come back here. Oh, that was so good. I even ate the head, the the dipping sauce they call, like the gooey part, the legs, the knuckles. It's just, oh, that was amazing. What's important to do now? There's a few important things to do. One, try and put the fire out as best as you can. Ow! Why did I just do that? Anyway, so I'm going to spread it out a bit. I put the lobster shell in there as well to try and burn it out. Now I brought some water. It is important you try and bring water if you do make a fire, just in case, you know. Nothing would happen today. It's damp. It's a winter's day, but you know, you still want to just make sure. I was stoked with how that turned out. You know, it didn't go to plan yesterday, but today, perfect. Maybe it was not meant to be yesterday, but you know, didn't waste any. Perfect lunch for me. That filled me up. Just perfect. There's no other words for that dish. Perfect. The fire actually smells good because there's a bit of lobster. So I'll pack up, get going. I'll probably put the sand over and put a circle around so people know there's a fire there. But yeah, cheers for watching everyone. Cheers for all the support, and I'll see you next time. Pew!